There is an amendment in the name of Assembly Member Garratt, if you'd like to propose that.
Thank you, Chair. I mean, road safety is something that we all care about, I think, except possibly the Mayor, because whenever I raise concerns with him about bus safety, I get no reaction, no response. For example, London's buses hospitalise 50 to 60 people every month, and TfL's latest bus safety report out last month showed that they kill and seriously injure more people last year than they did in 2016. That is the Mayor's record on bus safety. It's got worse, not better, and I believe it is not a coincidence. It's down to the culture in TfL and the lack of leadership from the Labour Mayor. So I pointed out to the Mayor that the Commissioner's report to the TfL board doesn't list the people killed by London's buses. It doesn't even list the number of people killed or hospitalised by London's buses, and I asked him if it could be included, and he said no. I asked the Mayor about 20-mile-an-hour speed limits, which are intended to be a safety measure, but of course they slow buses down and put pressure on drivers then to meet a timetable that may no longer be possible because they're going more slowly for safety reasons. I asked the Mayor if it could be routine that when there's a substantial amount of 20-mile-an-hour added in an area that the timetable is automatically reviewed to take account of it, and he refused to change that practice. The main way that people are hospitalised by buses is this category called slips, trips and falls among passengers. And that is perhaps what you would expect if bus drivers are rushing, feeling under pressure to meet a timetable that is no longer achievable. So it's not a coincidence, it's not an irrelevance, this business about timetable pressure on drivers. But the Mayor's not interested in the timetable pressure, and he's not interested in putting the facts in front of the TfL board. And then I asked the Mayor about overheating cabs in hot weather. I'm sure you all remember me asking him a couple of months ago. This has been an issue for years. For years, when it's extremely hot, the temperature in the cab gets unsafe. It is unsafe. You've seen crashes this year when we had very hot weather in June. In Islington, for example, a bus came off the road in the extreme heat. The driver appeared to be struggling to maintain a kind of safe mental state in the heat. And I asked the Mayor about overheating in cabs, and he just kept changing the subject and talking about ventilation. But what bus drivers will tell you is ventilation just means moving the heat around. It needs air conditioning, it needs cooling, it needs the temperature in the cab to be maintained at a safe temperature. And the Mayor and the Commissioner made no commitment to me other than just to sort of continue looking at it. And TfL takes part in an international bus safety benchmarking, and it shows that London is one of the least safe bus systems of any of its peer cities. And this actually ought to be surprising because the UK's roads generally are among the safest in the world. But London's bus fleet is among the most dangerous of all of the peers in the international bus benchmarking. And that is why we have put this amendment in, because we need action from this Mayor. We need him to listen to the concerns, commit to do something about the concerns, and not merely keep putting out press releases and strategies and reports and no actual improvement to safety of the bus fleet, which TfL itself controls. That is why we've proposed this amendment, which I hope you will all support. Thank you, Chair.